incredibly talented filmmaker. You're a writer. You're an actor. You are one of the brightest and sunniest persons I've ever met.
Thanks, Kelly.
I definitely was like, I want you first because I knew. I mean, there's just nobody who's more positive than you that I know. So
thanks, Kelly. Well, you inspire me all the time, so thank you.
We've already been chatting for about 10 minutes. We went off the rails.
Whoops, we started earlier.
I know, we should have. Like our little preview interview just went off talking. So very excited to have you, obviously. Why don't, for people who don't know you, and everyone should know you, but for those who don't, why don't you give us a little bit of background about what you do and what you've been working on?
Great. Yeah. So my name's Amy Baklini, like Kelly said. I am a writer and actor, and I live in Los Angeles. I have a day job to pay the bills, like we all do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's been really great, really wild. I finished UCLA's professional screenwriting program last summer, so I'm almost like 1 year out of the program, which is
wow. I didn't realize it had been that long.
I know, me neither. Like it feels like I just got out of it, but like I'm still in touch with some friends from there, and it's been really great. And I feel very, very lucky because right after I graduated, I actually got a paid writing gig.
That's huge.
That doesn't happen like ever.
No.
So right. That was really exciting, and we'll see what happens because like I had the gig, I did the gig, and you just kind of like try to forget about it, even though you're not really forgetting about it. But you just wait to hear if anything happens with it.
Yeah. And then you've got all your own projects too that you're writing.
Yes. So okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm a big nerd. I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I have my teacup here that has Darth Vader on it.
That's great.
So my nerdisms kind of go back a little bit. Back in the day, like, everybody talks about Star Wars and like how there's this nostalgia about growing up with that and everything. Yeah. And that's my dog drinking water, if you can hear that. He may come join us in a second.
I want that. I want him to join us for sure. I'm a huge dog fan. So.
He is. He looks kind of like a mix between like a Wookiee and an Ewok, kind of like in the middle, getting in the Star Wars realm. I've always loved it. And when I was in high school, I had this English teacher who used Star Wars as like a means to explain storytelling to us and archetypes. So we would go through the Star Wars movies and basically break it down and like stop and start and talk about like what was going on with everything. Yeah. So I think I developed an even like deeper love of Star Wars because of that. Mm-hmm. More than just like the adventure and coolness and like sword fighting and like all the things. So, flash forward to a little while ago when they announced that they were making, oh no, Shadow, don't squeak the toy. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, guys.
He's a star. And he was like, this is my time to shine.
It is his time to shine. And he's excited because he hears your voice. And he's like,
people? I think we're all like that right now. What people?
I know, seriously. So, like a flash forward to when they announced they were making a new Star Wars, I got really excited. And then when the movie was about to come out, I was in a screenwriting class at the community college in Santa Fe. My friend Scotty was doing it, and like I took his class, and he's awesome. And our final project was to write a short film. So for my short film, I wrote the very first Frankie and Jude. Frankie and Jude, a slight ticket malfunction, about these two best friends who fail miserably at going to see the midnight showing of Star Wars, who are mega fans. And so I wrote it, was about to turn it in and everything. And then I was in the shower washing my hair, and I just had this thought, and I was like, what if we make it?
Yes.
I called my friend Ryan, and I was like, Ryan, okay, this is kind of a crazy idea because the movie comes out in 3 weeks. I was like, do you think we can do this? And like I pitched it to him and everything, and he was like, oh yeah, we can do this. I was like, okay. So for my final project and instead of turning in a final short film script, I turned in a whole short film.
Oh, wow.
I know. So that was fun.
Like overachiever. Wow.
Right. So that's all because of like the amazing team who worked on it. There's no way I could have done that because like I never produced anything before. Like I had grasping at straws. I had no idea what I was doing.
But that's how you start. You just start doing. That's the important thing in filmmaking. Like you just start making stuff. I think that's the best way to get into it.
Totally. And like just kind of sharing that with friends, and like friends a lot of times they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're like, yeah, let's try it. You like learn together, you make mistakes together, you fail together, and hopefully you have something good at the end.
And you've made one for every single Star Wars film that's come out since.
Yes, except for Solo, because we do. Wow. I know. Well, we wanted to, but like the thing is, it came out like 5 months after the Last Jedi. No, wait, no, the Last Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah, and it like they're not super expensive to make because we have lots of friends who volunteer their time and their skills.
Sure.
But it still is expensive for like
It's also expensive on time. It's expensive on time as well, and it's getting everybody together, especially depending on what the season it is. Like that came out during the summer, didn't it?
It did, yeah. And so like we just it's just too hard to film. Yeah. I mean, Lauren actually had a really cool idea for something to do for Solo, and we had like this little sketch in mind, but we still like all of us live in different states now. To get everybody together, it would have been expensive too. So we had to let.
And Lauren's your writing partner.
Yeah. Lauren's my best friend, writing partner, filmmaking partner in crime.
She stars in that. It stars you, and then she's also in it as well. She's
exactly. So it's kind of funny because the first one was it was supposed to be one film. That was it. Mm-hmm. We were never supposed to make another one. But I started getting messages from people asking if we were going to do anything for Rogue One. And so I eventually was like, yeah, we're going to do something for Rogue One. And so we did that. And then like during the festival circuit for the second one, I went to some Q&As, and the question that I kept getting is like, hey, what are you doing for Last Jedi? And I was like, oh, shoot. Something. We're going to do something.
It works.
So it just kind of, I think it became 4 films just because it developed a little bit of a fan base, which is I'm so grateful for. Just the people watching it. Sorry, Shadow's squeaking his toy.
Okay. Any moment, my kid could run in and you start singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" any minute.
Perfect.
It could become the Shadow and Anna show at any moment. So
yeah, totally. But so it's just kind of amazing. Yeah. It's just kind of amazing how like people can come together and create something that's only supposed to be one thing, and it becomes a series.
A whole series.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting you commented on how your team is mostly separated in different states now.
Yeah.
I mean, well, just an overall grand, what a time to be alive. I mean, we're separated by states. We met when I was living out in LA. I now live in Ohio. We've stayed in contact, but we're able to communicate on here, and so many people are. But you actually, the last one you did, you couldn't get your whole team together. And so it's focused on, being online like this.
Yeah. And I have to give that credit to Lauren. That was her idea. Because she's the one who kept this one alive. And she was like, Amy, I have an idea. Because I was like, I don't know how we can afford this. Like,
I don't know how you fly everybody in and
Yeah. And so she was like, well, I have this idea. She's like, have you seen the movie Searching? And I was like, no. So I
Harry Potter Star Wars franchise.
No, I haven't seen it. No, so I rented it, and it's actually this amazing indie film that did well on the festival circuit, and it blew my mind because the entire film takes place on a screen, and it's all social media and like our footage from a surveillance camera, or all of it is footage.
Interesting.
And like I saw that, I was like, that's amazing. We couldn't do anything exactly like that, because I mean, that took so much time in post, like months and months.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had to create Facebook accounts and Twitter, like everything.
Yeah.
It was pretty. I recommend seeing the film, guys. It's really great.
Is it what genre is it?
It's like a thriller.
Thriller. Okay.
It's about
when you said security camera footage, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be scary.
So like, we're doing a comedy that, like comedy, you kind of want some of those cuts to kind of like give that personality. So it was tough, and it definitely gave our editor a run for his money, but he did a fantastic job with it.
Yeah,
but
it's so fun. The whole series is so much fun.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's basically alive because of everybody involved. So I'm just very grateful that people are excited about it.
Yeah, filmmaking is, I mean, when you get to like higher levels of fame, it's a Spielberg film, or it's always focused on that one main person, but really it takes entire teams to build that up. So yeah, it's cool, and I don't know, it's just fun. It's a community building. Filmmaking is such a fun team making, community building effort, and a lot of times, like when you're in, they always say like, oh, it's who you know, and it's because it's like once you're in on a crew that you really get along with, you will work with them again and again and again. Like,
exactly. You enjoy working with people who like you enjoy working with. You're gonna come back.
Right. Exactly. So where can people watch Frankie and Jude?
So, okay.
Are all the episodes out, or is it broken up? Or like,
no, they're all out. It's kind of sad because most of our viewership was on Funny or Die. And that's where we were the most alive. But when they merged with a company, or they got bought out by a company, I don't remember.
Right.
But their content basically got wiped, except for their own personal stuff. So that was our main fan base, which kind of sucks. But it's okay though. We're still all over online. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram TV, so you can find it. My handle, which is Amy and the 505. I'll write that down somewhere.
I'm new to the Facebook Live thing, but we'll put it in comments or somewhere. We'll make sure that's known and where people can watch us at.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's there as well. It's on Vimeo. It's on YouTube. Like we kind of just flooded it with because we just wanted to talk to people. Which I mean, it worked really well on the last one that we did. And that one we screened at multiple festivals around the country internationally.
Yeah. I was gonna say you screened these at a lot of festivals.
Yeah, the last one really did well. We won some awards, and like I think the festival that really like hit my heart though, we weren't able to go, but it was in Kenya.
Wow.
No. Yeah. It was in Kenya. It was an LGBTQ festival.
Oh, how cool.
And it's very basically it's illegal to be, maybe it's not, oh shoot. Maybe it's not, it's Kampala. Where is Kampala? I'm gonna have to look up a map. Oh gosh, I'm getting it wrong. Okay, the place
was awful at geography.
I know, me too. I'm sorry. I knew it started with a K. So it was called the Queer Kampala Film Festival. Yeah. And basically it is illegal to be gay in this place. And they would have various locations that they would like plan and hide and like do these film festivals, and then they like change locations so they wouldn't get caught. And when we got into that one, I was like, oh my God, guys, this is
so cool.
We were so honored to be part of that festival. So that really like hit with our hearts.
How cool is that?
And I got it wrong. I'm so sorry. Queer Kampala Film Festival.
That's okay. Again, this is live, and neither one of us are used to it. So we'll put that all in the comments, and people can find the festival if they want to support it, because that sounds like a very awesome festival.
We just felt very, very honored to be a part of that. So yeah, I think that whole festival run was that meant a lot to us, because it did like hit a lot of people, and so for this round, we're like, we're just in the beginning of the festival circuit. For
this last installment of it.
Yes. Yeah, we were supposed to screen this weekend. Actually, we were supposed to screen at Outlanticon in Atlanta, Georgia. And unfortunately, they had to call off the festival. Of course, understandably, our heart goes out to all the filmmakers and the film festival creative team. Yes,
because film festival teams, I mean, as soon as a festival is done, they start planning the next year. It's a lot of festivals, music festivals, comedy festivals. I'm a comedian, so I'm involved in those. I mean, basically, it's like as soon as that festival's done, it's like usually you get like 3 days of rest, and then you're immediately planning the next one. So it is, I mean, it's at least a year of planning, and these poor teams, they, are just out of it, and it's so heartbreaking for everybody. But like you said, of course, it's understandable, and we're in this unprecedented time. And we all have to make sacrifices and make do, but it's still, it's hard. It's hard to give up on stuff like that.
It really is. And I mean, our hearts really go out to them because I mean, they've put so much work into this. They really have. And I mean, I'm sure they were probably like waiting until the last second to be like, oh, can we do it? Can we do it? No, we can't. And the letter they sent to us was just so lovely. And like, we feel for them. So we love you guys, Atlanticon.
Yeah, it's a hard decision. A hard decision to pull it, but I mean, everyone did it. Everyone's pulling their plugs on their festivals.
I know, the Southwest people. Oh my God! Like the largest festivals, and I mean, I can't even imagine what the team is feeling and what the filmmakers are feeling right now.
Well, so me and you met through the company Vanishing Angle, the independent film production company. I took your job, but you had already left. So you had left to focus solely on acting and writing, and then I moved in, and I was working there, and me and you communicated just because I was like, what is it? What is this thing? I don't know what this is. Where is this? What's that? What's going on? Amy will solve all of your problems and questions. Talk to Amy, and you have for so much more beyond that. But anyways, I'm no longer in that position. That was the operations manager. I'm no longer in that position. I still run their social media. I'm still very much involved with Vanishing Angle. And I was, I think when all of this went down, that was the first thing that made me go like, what? What? to make me take the seriously, the coronavirus seriously, because they had, I believe, 2 films that were playing. Well, they had a panel discussion, and they had a film that was going to play there, and when it got canceled, it was just like, something that huge got canceled. Like, I can't believe that.
I know.
Yeah, but good for them. I mean, the South by Southwest team, like, good for them for taking that stand early on and canceling, setting the precedent for everybody else to say like, oh, because that's what made me pay attention. It was like that, and then when Tom Hanks got it, I was like, no. Tell me from Rita Wilson, my God, we must find a cure now.
No. And then did you see that Idris Elba tested positive?
Yes.
He's not showing any symptoms. It's just crazy.
It's going after our treasures, our national treasures.
I know.
Right? Yeah. So good for, the South by Southwest team for taking the initiative and just calling it. It's
that's a hard decision. Can you imagine being that festival director and being like, guys,
we're calling it.
We're gonna call it. Oh my God, I can't imagine being in that meeting.
Right. I was supposed to be in Maine this week. There was the Bricks and Bridges Comedy Festival in Maine. It's their 2nd year running. And I was my family, we've never been to Boston before, and we've always wanted to go there. And I've met a couple comedians from there. So I kind of was dragging my feet reaching out to anyone or even really making announcements, because I was following this and I was like, I don't know if this is going to happen. And it got canceled. And thankfully too, like they canceled before I had to say anything, because I am not a very confrontational person, and I really didn't want to have that conversation. But I really, like, I was looking, I was like, there's no way at that time, like, Boston already had like 92 cases. I think this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was like, there's no way that we can go there. We already bought tickets to fly into Boston, so it wasn't even like we could skip over it. It was just, I was like, there's no way we can go. And then, sure enough, the festival itself canceled, and I was like, oh, thank God I didn't have to be the one to say it.
No. Well, and I mean, for those of you who don't know, too, Kelly is an absolutely hilarious comedian. You're amazing, and I just remember from LA, like, I miss you in person, and I miss you being here. And but I will say, like, just watching your comedy career take off the way it has, from social media and, just being in touch. I'm just so happy for you. Like, you guys have to see Kelly's stuff. She's freaking hilarious.
You're so sweet. You didn't even see me when I was good. Because when we knew each other, I mean, when I was living out there, I started out in LA. Yeah, we still know. Who are you?
I don't know.
We started this, or I started comedy in LA, and then I moved back to Cleveland. So it's kind of the opposite way of most people. Like, usually they start in a small town and then move to the big town. I was like, let's start in the big town and go backwards. Like, that perfect sense. So yeah, but when I was out there, I was single, and I didn't have a kid, and it just was just a different life. And so a lot of my jokes reflected that. It was all like, like, oh, Tinder, what's that about? And not to say that there's no funny Tinder jokes. There's amazing Tinder jokes out there, but I actually wasn't on Tinder.
Oh no.
So I was like, just like following what everybody else was talking about, and it's just not good. But now I had a total life switching moment, which is when I found out I was pregnant.
Wait. You have to tell them what the start of your joke was. Like, it was just, you have to tell them the start.
Well, I will hire you to follow me everywhere. This is like the interview that flipped. Yeah, well, the joke is, I had an IUD, and it's not a joke, it's the truth. I had an IUD, I had the copper IUD, which is considered 99% effective. And I don't want to give everybody something else to panic about, but I got pregnant with this in. So the joke is like, I always wanted to be in the 1%. It's just, I thought that 1% would be referring to the income level, and not the 1% of women to get pregnant with an IUD in. So you're so kind. Oh my God. You heard that a million times. But yeah, so that's like I said, I don't want to give other people, like, there's probably people at home being like, all we have to do is have sex, and now we can't even have that. Oh,
no. I mean, like, no, it still is a very, like, rare occurrence, but
yes, but
people should know it's
not really though. Although not really, because so many people come after me after the show.
We're not supposed to make people panic. We're supposed to be easing people's panic right now.
Suddenly everyone's hoarding toilet paper and condoms.
Like,
oh my God, what are we gonna do?
We'll be done.
I'm sorry. This is supposed to bring the world together, not like cause panic, more panic.
Through comedy though, we have to find ways to, like, find some comedic relief and everything.
Right. Well, and sort of my point was the fact that, like, I had this insane life flipping moment. I never expected to get pregnant. Fortunately, I was dating someone long term, and we had already been discussing kids and marriage and stuff. So we were like, well, let's just do it. Like, come on, yeah, like, we're ready. Let's do it. We weren't really ready, but we figured it out.
You did.
And it totally changed my life and my perspective. And there was some very, like, I mean, it was scary, but it's a huge growing period in my life. And that's, the positive of what we are all going through globally, is the fact that we are all turning to the arts right now. And we're all, it's a reset button pretty much. We're all thinking about our lives and what we're putting out there, and we're growing as humans. We're all growing together, which I think is amazing. Of course, nobody wants this to happen. This is not ideal. Like, I think we could have all just had, like, a day off and a trip to the spa would have been plenty, but
I'm on board.
Here we are. We've got this, like, insane pandemic. So the thing that I think we could all look forward to beyond this is, it is what the amazing art that's going to come out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, totally. And, it's also a great reminder to be kind to everybody, and like, we're all stressed. We're all, at wit's end, but, like, just asking a neighbor, like, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. You need anything, because we all know what a jungle that is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, you can help each other. And then also to the essential employees out there who have to work, the people who are working in the grocery stores, the janitorial staffs at these different places that are working so hard to keep everything so clean for us. Like, obviously the medical professionals, like, these people, if you're going to be mean to any of them right now, you really like go timeout. Like you are quarantined, but just on a mental timeout. Like
go at home, back home, sit a little bit, meditate, like think about some things.
Yeah, it's really a unifying time. In a time where previously it's like I don't think we could have been any more divided, but now we're coming together. So that's the positive of it, at least.
And like we were talking to like earlier before we
where we just went off and we're like,
maybe we should record this. No, but I mean, it's times like these, though. Like you said, they're horrible, and like nobody wants to go through them. But we really appreciate the good times when we experience the bad.
Yeah,
and so it's just really taking stock of like the stuff going on right now, and like, I mean, coming together. And then when things get better, it's remembering like, okay, like let me acknowledge and be grateful for this moment because I remember what it was like when we didn't have it.
Right.
You know, like taking your daughter out to the park, you know, and like
touching playground equipment. You can't do that anymore. There it is. Like wave to it from the distance. You know, it'll be great. Or seeing my parents. My parents are seniors. Like we can't, you know, it's a struggle of going out there to see them and weighing that risk. So, you know, seeing our families again, it's going to be amazing when this is finally done. Like everybody's just going to have a huge sigh of relief and
Exactly.
Hugs all around.
So it's just like a reminder that, you know, there is an end. There's the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
You know, we just have to hunker down and be like, you know, careful in this moment in time and staying creative. And although I do want to say too, because I feel like sometimes online there's been all this pressure that like, oh, now you have time, so be creative, you.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
But I also want to say, like, if you need to take some time, like do what's right for you. Like if you need to just like binge on Netflix. Everybody deserves to have that moment, you know, or like just like cleaning your apartment and like making a nice meal. Great.
Here's the way I look at it too, where it's like, even if all you do is binge watch a bunch of movies on Netflix, people like ourselves make those films and people work at Netflix, and you are supporting those people by doing that, you know, so it's okay. Yeah. So even if that's all you're doing is just, you know, relaxing, watching movies and zoning out, like you are still supporting an entire industry of people. So that's okay.
That's
we
very
thank you for that.
Yeah.
Just stay home and watch movies. We thank you.
And you know, also for like all of our filmmaker friends out there too, by watching that stuff, you're also, even if you're like doing it, like not paying attention, subconsciously, there's still something in your brain taking stock and taking notes.
Yeah.
That like when the time comes when you do want to pull out that computer or that notepad, I like notepads better than computers, if I'm being honest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But like when you pulled out that notepad or that computer or whatever, like, and you start to go, like, it's going to inspire you, you know, even some like old SNL sketches and stuff. Like I watch those just to forget about life. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, but this would be really funny.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, it's that mantra of steal like an artist, you know, where it's like they're different things, they inspire you and they will end up going into your craft, whether or not you actually are using it in that moment, or if you're using it 6 months from now, you know, because this is, you know, it isn't a study hall. You know, we're not all supposed to be in our rooms just like focusing on our work. We are globally suffering right now. It is a pandemic, and it's okay to be depressed and sad about it. I would be a little more concerned if you weren't. Like if you were like, hey, like, okay.
Yeah, well, I was in a little bit of a funk too, like earlier this week, you know, I just like, I didn't really know because like, I never have time because I'm always like, I'm working multiple jobs and like, I have multiple writing groups and like I'm doing so much all the time. And then like when all this like put a halt on that, I was like, I have all this time to write and like to work on things and like create and improv and all the things, but like,
and it's overwhelming. That's so much now. There's a lot of pressure.
It is like, you need to be like, you know, like, and I even reposted the thing about King Lear, like Shakespeare wrote King Lear while he was quarantined for the plague. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then it's like, oh God. That's a lot of pressure.
I'm gonna one-up Shakespeare in this time.
Yeah. But I mean, I think, you know, it's just sometimes you just need to like be connected and like call a friend you haven't talked to in a long time, you know, and like that's what you need at that moment, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay if nobody gets anything done during this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's okay for that. But you, it is okay if nobody gets anything done. But on the flip side, though, you are actually still writing. We talked about doing this yesterday. You had a meeting with your writing partner. So how has this changed things with your writing partner in your work process?
It's you know, it's like some stuff is very different and some stuff's the same. We like for the outline, we did a lot of it via FaceTime, so that part didn't change too much.
So you'd already had the experience of working.
We'd done that. Like, we did a little bit of both. Like, I mean, I personally like in-person meetings much better. You know, 'cause then we like take a break and go on a walk, and then we like just talk about like different things. Then we come back, we're nice and refreshed and ready to go. But also we were just outlining during that time. Now that we're actually like writing the script, we're on page 7.
Hey, great. It's a feature, right?
Yeah, it's a feature.
Yeah.
So now that we're on page 7, like, and we're writing together, I personally, and like, I think he feels the same way too. It'd be better if we were in the same room. So that way we could really like run ideas off each other. But, you know, like we're doing the best that we can. And, you know, it's the first draft. So the first draft's the vomit draft anyway. So,
right.
So it's fine. We'll figure it out.
It'll get worked out.
But it's like, you know, it's kind of complicated too, because neither of us have written a musical before.
It's a musical.
It is a horror comedy musical.
What?
I know.
And it's all shot on security camera footage, right?
No. Yes. We're gonna take searching as a
inspiration
for this. Yeah, no, totally. No, this one it's super fun. So when we get that kind of going, you'll definitely be hearing about that. But yeah, I'm also writing 2 other projects too. I'm writing it's a rewrite for a script I've already written. And I keep hitting a brick wall with it, but like, actually, I think, okay, for some inspiration, guys, you should totally check out this documentary on Prime. It's called Never Surrender, and it's about Galaxy Quest.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that film just like, it put me in a place where I was like, yeah, I think I know how to like get past this slump now. Yeah, man, I got this. So I'm back to that.
Did you watch that with the intention of like, this is going to get me past my slump, or did you watch it just like this looks interesting?
A friend who makes me laugh all the time recommended it to me, and they're like, well, hey, watch this. And I was like, okay. So I put it on. I love Galaxy Quest. And I put it on and I was like, wow, this is great. And it really got the wheels turning in my head. So that was a huge, huge help. And then I watched Galaxy Quest after that, because you have to.
Well, sure. There you go.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. And then I'm also writing a romantic comedy too.
Wow. Okay. So you got a lot of irons in the fire there for scripts. That's great.
Yeah, you know, I just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, because we talked about this earlier when it was just us talking, but I do want to throw it out there because you did mention how some people have like distribution questions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And so Frankie and Jude, the most recent one, Frankie and Jude, Star Wars: The Search for Jude is the title of it. We submitted to this festival in New York, and they also have distribution deals, like a platform where they want to screen, which we were so excited to be considered for it. But if we had said yes to the distribution deal, it would have taken us completely out of the festival circuit, and we were just starting. That was a really difficult decision, because of course you want a distribution deal. Like, yes, you want your stuff to get seen,
right?
But at the same time, like, a lot of our fan base and our like people who watch the film are at the festivals. And so it was a really like, we had like a discussion about it, and we made the choice to turn down the distribution deal. And then like, I also wrote, like, but if you want to revisit this in a year, we would love to talk to you about it. And they were like, no.
Oh, well,
okay.
That's a very hard decision to make, like you said, because everybody wants distribution, and every filmmaker feels like that's the end goal. But sometimes it's not a right fit. It's the same as working with, a person on your crew, or or choosing to work on a script. It's like not every opportunity, even if it's amazing, is the right opportunity to take. And so you just have to, like, if you're feeling like it's not the right one, you got to pull the plug. You can't do it,
Well, and a lot of their audience wasn't necessarily our like target audience.
So it would have even have gotten seen,
yeah,
or appreciated. It maybe would have gotten seen, but it wouldn't have gotten the appreciation that you would hope for, because it wasn't the right audience for it. That's good for you guys for making that tough decision. Like, it's important for other people to know.
Yeah. I mean, and like things will come around, like something else hopefully will come around. But it was a very hard choice.
Well, yeah, like you said, things will work out, and you'll find the audience that it's meant for, or distribution with the audience that it's meant for. It already has the audience. You'll see what happens. And then in the meantime, I'm still floored. Like, I can't wait to see the horror rom-com musical.
I know. Me too.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's really fun. And, we're having a really good time writing it too. We had like a dance break during one of the brainstorming sessions where we just we're music inspiration. We were just like dancing and throwing ideas out. It's fun.
You keep that up on video chat? Dance
no, parties? That's one of the things
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
This is Shadow, everybody.
Shadow is in it. There he is. Oh, Shadow.
He wanted to say hi. No, but I'd love to hear more about your stand-up though, Kelly. Like, I mean, you have been like touring around and stuff during this time. Yeah. So how has that affected you?
You know what? It was really hard, because this month was supposed to be one of my busiest months that I've had in a very long time. I had shows, like 3 or 4 shows booked every week. Obviously I was supposed to go to Maine at the end of the month, and oh my God, Shadow, I love it. Nice. New star. Yeah, and of course those all got canceled, and but it's opened up other opportunities. I mean, that's how I ended up doing this, was because I wanted to keep doing something creative, and the more and more I thought about it, the less I wanted it to just be me and doing my own sets. Like, I really wanted to like talk to the people that I know, because like more people should know about you. You have amazing content out there, and we're all at home watching our movies, and we're all at home reading our books, and and shopping online, and like doing all this stuff. Like, it's awesome to know people on the more like local level. It's good to hear those recommendations. So I hope people watch this today, and they go out and they find Frankie and Jude, and they watch the whole series, and they love it just as much as I love it.
Well, thanks, Kelly.
I see the comments. Yeah, oh my God, the dog is amazing. The streaming platform we have, it doesn't actually tell us who it is, so it's just generic Facebook user saying that they love us, and then they love the dog. So.
Oh, great. Oh.
But they want the dog is more, actually, Amy, I think we're done. Like, we need just a live stream of your dog for the rest of this time.
Belly rubs.
This is now going to be the Shadow show. I'm out. You're out. Just Shadow.
It's all Shadow. It's all about Shadow.
I would be okay with that. I would watch that.
Me too. He's been very happy about this whole staying at home, because guys, it's Kelly Thewlis.
Again, from Facebook user. I'm gonna have to figure out how to see who the comments are. Thank you guys for commenting though and watching this. I appreciate it. When I told Amy, I was like, this interview is probably gonna last like 10 or 15 minutes. We've been going for 40, and we did like yes, yeah, we've been going for 40 minutes. And we did like I said, we did probably a good 40 beforehand, doing our like little pre-interview where we just started talking. So we should go.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
We'll, when I say go, I mean we'll walk away, and Shadow will remain for the real. It's Danielle. Okay. But again, Amy, thank you so much for joining me today. I thank you for sharing your art and your light and your positive. It's so great to see you.
It's so good to see you too. And Kelly, I just want to say
doing?
thank you for organizing this and for bringing light to people, you know, because this is a hard time and it's important to stick together and know that we're all out here and, you know, taking care of each other.
We're all together. All of us are all together. So
social distancing, yet together.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, thank you again. And thank you to everybody who's been watching this and commenting. And yeah, I'll be doing more soon. So thanks.
Bye.
Bye.